Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a guy who has created a game-changing app. It's kind of like dating.com for things. We'll explain next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
All right, if we all went back in the Wayback Machine to the mid-90s and somebody said they're going to start a dating app and you're going to meet a complete stranger in a bar, we would have all been shocked. But now I can't tell you how many marriages that I've seen came from a dating app. Daniel Haritos is in the studio, and he's created an app called Switcheroo, and it's basically a dating app for things. So Daniel, thank you for coming on the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
I detect an accent, so I'm thinking East Texas.
Yeah, I look Mexican. I've actually Greek heritage and born and bred in Australia.
Wow. Okay, so tell us the genesis of this app.
Okay, so the app idea came from trying to come up with some innovation. I was sitting in front of the computer and I was thinking, how can I do my part in the world? And I really thought about what needs to be done. And I didn't want to do anything too political or, get too deep into things. But I thought, what's an issue I can tackle? And I thought consumerism was really a big issue that I thought was, affecting how I thought about things. And I came from an era where my grandfather would reuse things and fix things. My first bike he bought from a used market and painted it, and it was actually a girl's bike without the girl's frame, so he welded a bar on it,
No, that's beautiful. Yeah. So when I think about this, so you have a nice kitchen table that you want to get rid of, and somebody has a nice couch that they want to get rid of. So tell us how the app works.
Sure. So the app, basically what you'll do, it works exactly like Tinder works. A lot of people haven't used Tinder, but if you have, it basically works where you have, you'll have an item, you'll put a value on it and the distance you're willing to travel, and then it will show other items in your area to the same value. And if you like the item, you swipe right. If you don't like it, you swipe left, which means you pass. And if the other person swipes right on your item, that means that they like your item and you like their item, so it will create a match and create a chat. So you can chat with that person, meet up in a safe place like a cafe or a restaurant or, supermarket, and you can swap the item. And so you're swapping an item for an item to a similar value with somebody in your area.
What's been the reaction so far?
People get excited by the idea, especially because Tinder's been such a success and people love swiping. So it's people get excited by it and really want to try it and give it a go.
Daniel makes these amazing videos. We found one that we really like. Let's go ahead and roll that.
G'day, Daniel from Texas, and welcome to Switcheroo, an app that offers a good old-fashioned trading on a brand new platform. Based on dating apps, Switcheroo allows you to buy, swap and sell valuable items laying around the house that are too good to throw away and not worth selling, simply by swapping them with something that you personally find valuable but don't really want to spend the bucks for. Doing the good old switcheroo is as simple as taking photos of your item, putting a value on it and the distance you're willing to travel, and we'll match you with other items in your area to items in a similar price range. Start by taking lots of good photos of your item. In saying that, don't waste their time with lots of the same photos. See what's relevant in your products and supply a good 3 to 10 images. Secondly, make sure you give it a good value. Overvaluing your product will put it out of the range of similarly priced items that will prevent you from seeing potential gems that others may put a lower value on. Thirdly, be active. Respond to messages in a reasonable time so you don't lose their interest in your product. It's a first in, first served game. So they may have matched with you, but if you don't hurry, they may match with others and you may miss out on the bargain of a lifetime. Also, remember to be polite and respectful. We have strict standards and behaviour, and anyone being obviously rude or uncooperative will unfortunately be booted from the platform. Most importantly, have fun. There couldn't be a simpler way to buy, swap and sell, so make the most of it. You're now ready to start your Switcheroo journey. Have fun, everyone.
All right, we should give a shout out to your wife, because that wasn't an actress. That's your wife in that commercial.
That's right. That's my wife. She has her own Instagram channel. She's an influencer. She's very funny, and she's actually calls herself an introvert. But I mean, that's why I love her, because you can see she's got a lot of personality.
Yeah. Well, we were talking before the show, and I used to listen to a radio station in Waxahachie, and they had a tradio where, you know, somebody would come on the radio and say, hey, I got a lawnmower, it still works pretty well, and I'm willing to part with it for $35. I mean, this is the new way to get rid of stuff that you don't need.
Yeah, absolutely. This is it's exactly that. It's the modern app version of, you know, instead of having a radio show. And it allows you to see more items, so you can do more items in 1 minute than you could obviously do on a radio station. So, and it's more versatile, which is an amazing thing about the internet, as we all know.
Let's pull up the website, and as we scroll down the website, like a common item that people would swap, what would a common item be?
With sort of a lot of sports gear, people like swapping sports gear because often people buy something and then use it for 6 months and then want to swap it with something else. We get a lot of clothes on there, and a little bit of some, you know, hunting gear, I guess, a little bit of, which again is sports gear. So, yeah. Yeah.
Well, one of the things I love about you is you take your story to the streets. So we saw this video. Let's go ahead and roll this now.
Can I show you our app? We've got a new app that we've just launched. Super cool.
What?
We've got a new application called Switcheroo. It's like Facebook Marketplace meets Tinder. You take a photo of an item and you swipe left and right and you swap it. It's like dating for your things. Can I show you it quickly? Do you have 2 seconds? So this is it. So you take a photo. These are all my items that you can actually even do services. So if you're, you know, if you're a photographer or you do something like that, you can put that up and you can trade that for things. And if you like the item, you can swipe right.
Okay.
And if you don't, you can swipe left and swipe right. And then if you match, then you'll match with the person, and then you can meet up with them and swap. So, kind of like Tinder, but instead of dating, you're dating your items to swap.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I think it's good.
You think it's something you might use?
Yeah, maybe.
Would you like a flyer? I mean, it's free. We're not selling it to you. We're just
Of
like
course.
promoting and making people aware of that. But yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
That's
Thanks
good.
for taking the time.
Okay.
I love that, because when you're introducing a new product to the market, it's difficult to get people. I mean, I'm sure when Match.com started 30 years ago, it was difficult to get people to get on it. And you're introducing a new idea to the market, but the reaction has been wildly positive.
Yeah, and it is a great way to show people the app and get content. Nowadays with marketing, you know, you kind of got to come up with creative ways. It's not how much money you've got to spend, although that helps. But it's also like what angle you're going to take with people. So, you know, often I'll see an idea, like I saw somebody doing that for another app. So I look at it and I go, oh, that's great. That'll work for my app. So, you know, that's how I'm rolling with the punches, you might say.
And it seems like a recession-proof concept. So during good times and bad, I mean, people always have something that they're wanting to do a garage sale for, but this is a easier way to do it.
Yeah, I think during tougher times, it may actually even do better. You know, people have always got something that they need to swap or sell. I mean, I'm sure everybody here watching is probably thinking, I got tons of things, you know, and we've got so many things. The problem with the things that you have laying around the house, often why you can't sell them, is they're too good to throw away, but they're not worth selling. I just sold an item on, 6 months ago on eBay, and I got $100, $115 including postage, and they ended up paying me like $90 or $70, I think, for it in the end, or something like that. And it's just not worth it, you know. Whereas I can swap this on my items, which I did for some weights the other day. I swapped some weights on my app for another item. So instead of selling the item, you're essentially cutting out that process of selling it, getting the cash, and then buying something else. So you're monetizing those items, and you're able to go and pay for something that you would have otherwise had to spend cash on.
Yes. Let's talk about safety, because I know that's everybody's top concern. I mean, you could meet outside a police station or a fire station if you wanted to, or a Walmart parking lot. I mean, it doesn't have to be risky.
So yeah, that's exactly right. So you could meet during the day, don't meet at night. It's obviously like Tinder but safer, because you're generally meeting during the day, whereas Tinder often dates might be at night. So I mean, if that's worked well and that hasn't been had too many major issues, this is going to have even less. That's what we've found. And as being the guy, if I'm matching with somebody, I usually say to them, where do you want to meet? Because I'm happy to meet anywhere. Everybody so far to me has said HEB car lots. So we've been meeting at the front of HEB.
It's perfect. And the reaction has been wildly positive so far.
Yeah, people love it. And when they meet up with me and they find out I'm the founder, and I usually let them keep the item and I give them $50 and have a chat with them and take a video of it. There's a few videos on my Instagram of making those swaps. They're just excited and they're like, this is great. This is what we've been, looking for. So I'm really hoping that it does have an impact and help people reuse stuff instead of just going out and buying stuff. That's a really big thing. We never just wasted things when we were younger. I do now, and our generation does, but it doesn't hurt to go back to that and recycle things. And I really hope that it gets that excitement, that it does have that impact on the world.
Sure. And Daniel, people can try this for free. It doesn't cost any money to get the app and start uploading pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's free and it will be for life. So, welcome to download it. We will have a subscription service one day, which gives you extra features, but the main features are now and always will be free.
Daniel, this could easily be $1 billion company one day.
Thank you. I think it will be. I actually came up with the idea when I was driving Uber about 7 or 8 years ago. I'm a photographer and I would drive Uber part-time, and I was driving and thinking, I've got to come up with an app that can help, cut 2 steps out of somebody's life.
Yes.
And I thought of this idea and I was like, I'm going to write a book one day that says from Uber driver to Uber rich.
I love that. Okay, so in the minute or so we have left, look into the camera on the left and talk to that person who, just wants to try it for the first time. Is it easy to put on your phone and easy to use?
Yeah, it's very easy to download like any other app. There's about 5 steps to register. We don't make it too difficult. Your name, your location, and we don't take a precise location. We just want to know where to match other items for. Most importantly, if you use the app, we have a feedback button, and we love getting feedback. So we've got a feedback button. If you download the app and you upload an item, once you upload the item, message us on the feedback button saying I've uploaded my item, and we send you out a Starbucks voucher. If you do 3 items, you get a $10 Starbucks voucher, or you can ask for Venmo cash if you want cash, and we'll send you $10 in cash.
And then, like a Uber driver, you can rate your Uber driver. I mean, do you have a rating system?
We don't have a rating system yet. It's something that we're working on. You keep safe, make sure you match with somebody in the area. We do vet it, so we have a reporting system where people can report other people, and we haven't had any issues so far. Just meet in safe places and everything should be very, very good. We vet it from the back, so we can see everything that's happening, and we do keep an eye on it and make sure that.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel, when you sell this company on Mark Cuban for $1 billion or $2 billion, don't forget the little guys who met you along the way.
Absolutely. I'll be working, I'll be keeping you in mind, and we'll
Absolutely.
go for a coffee today, and we'll go for a coffee then.
Would love that. Okay, we're going to end with his website, which is switcherooapp.com. The great Daniel Haritos. Thanks for coming on the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.